You will lose everything and everyone that you have ever or will ever love. Your youth, all of your relationships, that's already gone. And it sounds like something that you will write on a sad greeting card, but what if I told you that sitting with that truth, really sitting with that truth of life, is one of the most freeing things you can do? Impermanence. That is one of the central teachings of Buddhism, Stoicism, and many wisdoms that have stood the test of time. And there's a reason why it keeps coming up. So today, I want to tell you 5 reasons why it is important to understand impermanence instead of escaping it, and stick to the end, because I'm gonna talk to you about a video game that is gonna help you to experience impermanence while you enjoy it on your smartphone. Reason number 1, it explains suffering and it shows the way out. Think of the last time you suffered, really suffered. Chances are, somewhere underneath it, there was a grip, a refusal, a part of you saying, this shouldn't be changing, this should stay. Most suffering doesn't come from life being cruel. It comes from us resisting the nature of life, which is constant change. We cling to people as if they'll always be here. We cling to versions of ourselves, to outcomes we expected, to feelings we want to keep, and when reality moves, as it always does, we call that loss a wound. Impermanence doesn't cause suffering. Our resistance to it does. That's a subtle shift, but a profound one, because when we realize that suffering comes to clinging on to things, we realize that the way out of it is not learning to hold on better, but learning to hold on more lightly. Reason number 2, it makes the present moment more precious. Paradoxically, knowing that things are going to end makes us realize that we have to enjoy them as long as they last. Think of a sunset. If you would have that kind of light, that kind of view, the 24 hours of the day, it wouldn't be as precious. Or the cherry blossoms during the spring. We know that we can enjoy that only during the spring, thus it makes it more precious. Once you realize that impermanence is a natural part of life, it's not a morbid idea, it's something that has to happen, you stop taking things for granted. You do not sleepwalk through life. You realize this is the only time that I'm gonna have whatever it is here now. Impermanence, understood deeply, is not a source of grief. It's an invitation to presence. Number 3, it loses the grip on ego. In our lives, we spend an awful lot of energy protecting a self that is in constant flux. Here's where a very well-known metaphor comes in handy. A man cannot bathe in the same river twice, because the water flows, so it's not the same river. And the man has changed with time, so is not the same man. You see, that's actually truth. Time is gonna pass by, and all of your opinions, all of your states, everything that you can think or feel is gonna change with time. And once you realize that you are not a fixed rock in the river, you are a living thing that changes and moves and reacts to the flow of it, then you become much more free, because all the defenseness and the want to be always right just softens up. You realize that you are a person that is going to change, that is going to grow, you're going to learn from your experience, you're going to become wiser, and you're going to adapt. So you become a person that takes things much more lightly in life. Number 4, it makes the difficult times more bearable. I'm not gonna lie to you. Pain is real, grief is real, difficult moments are always going to be there. But when you internalize impermanence and you understand it, you are able to look at the difficult situation and detach from it and say, this too shall pass, you realize that you are not the suffering, that you are not the pain. You realize that you are the person who is in that state, and that state is going to change. It's not going to be forever. And reason number 6, it transforms your relationship with death and loss. Death, goodbyes, doors that close and never open again, those are some of the hardest things that a human can go through. And impermanence is not going to erase that. They will always be there. But it's going to help you accept them, and it's going to change the way you look at them. Once you see endings as natural completion of cycles, you see that that's part of the rhythm of life and not an interruption of it. Every relationship ends. Every chapter closes. And every life, including yours, is finite. And that's not a tragedy. Perhaps that's what makes it sacred. Those are the reasons. But I told you I would show you an amazing video game. So here it is. This is called Monument Valley. You have probably heard of it already. It was very, very famous during 2014, 2015. And the reason is because the art of it is beautiful, the music is gorgeous, but the gameplay is what actually teaches us about impermanence. You play a character called Princess Ida, who just has to walk through mazes in order to find gems, I think. And you don't play against time, you don't have to keep a score, you don't gain points, you just have to walk through it. Sort of the way you walk through life. And moreover, the gameplay is designed so these mazes are based on Escherian architecture. Escher was a guy who would draw impossible structures like never-ending stairs or bridges that go nowhere, stuff like that. So while you're playing Monument Valley, you look at it and you think that maybe a path is blocked or cut, but then you shift perspective and the path opens. And that's what impermanence is like. It's not the destruction of the path or the structure or the architecture of life. It's the reconfiguration of the elements of the architecture, so you can just keep going through life. There it is. Go and try Monument Valley. It's a beautiful game. And of course, subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna keep doing more videos like this. And leave me a comment. Tell me, what do you think of impermanence? Do you think it's something we have to understand it or that we have to fight? See you next time.